Well, it's been called the greatest show in television history. Now The Sopranos is getting a much anticipated prequel with the help of a special family connection.
The Sopranos was about Italian-American mobster Tony Soprano, balancing family life and leading a violent criminal organisation.
Tony, I want those kids to have a father.
They got one. This one. Me. Tony Soprano. And all that comes with it.
That iconic role was played by the late James Gandolfini, who could never be replaced. But they've come close with his son, Michael Gandolfini.
Hey, jerk off.
What'd you say?
What?
He plays a young Tony in the prequel feature film, The Many Saints of Newark, which shows how Tony Soprano came to be.
Anthony got kicked out of school. I went through all that trouble, and for what?
I'm always being accused.
Growing up, torn between kin and crime was never going to be easy for Tony. Luckily, he's got his uncle on his side.
Look, you take the speakers, right? At the same time, you say to yourself, this is the last time I'm ever gonna steal something.
Kim Crossman caught up with the guys over Zoom.
I'm curious, in your upbringing, how present Sopranos was.
You know, I remember going to set. I had my own little toy box in this trailer, and, you know, I was very close with the cast and the crew and would eat with them. But I didn't know what the show was about. I remember liking his accent, being like, do the accent. But my dad and my mom really wanted me to live the most normal life possible and mow the lawn and go to school. And my dad really didn't want me to see Tony Soprano. He wanted me to see my dad.
And was there any reservation about you doing this? Because I suppose it's one of those things you're like, oh, this is so iconic.
I just did it. Like, I just kind of jumped into the deep end. It's one of the greatest characters to play ever. You know, there was no reservations there.
I imagine too, if you didn't do it, you would be spending this whole week being like, ugh.
Yeah, it's true. Some people had said that, like, well, are you gonna let someone else do it? And I, back then, thought I'll be fine with it. But now I think about it, and I'm sure it would have sat wrong in some way.
You look so stunning in this movie, and it so romanticizes this era for me. I'm like such a schlubbish human in my tracksuit pants underneath.
You can fool me.
All together, falling apart.
I won't tell you what's under the table here.
Okay. Did you get to keep any of these suits and things?
Well, it's funny, like, I kept thinking I'm gonna keep all this stuff. But then, as I started, wearing them, I just realized they're so, if you actually look how they're cut, they're so 60s, like it's absurd. Like the waist is like up just under my tits, and just so they're cut like super boxy. Like it just doesn't really translate. And some of those things were made for me. I might go back to that tailor, these great Italian tailors in Manhattan, and see if they'll make me some more modern looking suits. But I gotta have a shark skin, right?
Well, it's a movie, not a TV show. The movie, Many Saints of Newark, is due out November 4th, which gives you time to watch the original Sopranos. That's my lockdown project. There are 86 episodes. I'm about 70 through them, I think, but you've still got time to catch up with them before the movie.